Why silence is intelligence. Silence is often misunderstood. In a loud world, the quiet person is seen as passive. The one who speaks less is assumed to know less. The one who pauses is assumed to hesitate. But across psychology, negotiation theory, neuroscience, leadership training, and strategic decision-making, one principle appears again and again. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is processing power. Let's break this down clearly. First, what silence actually does to the brain. When you speak, your brain is organizing output. When you are silent, your brain is organizing insight. Speech is external processing. Silence is internal integration. High-level thinking requires integration, not speed. Neuroscience shows that insight forms during moments of reduced stimulation. Not during noise, not during reaction, not during constant talking. This is why breakthroughs often happen in showers, walks, still moments, quiet reflection. The brain connects patterns when it is not overloaded. Silence creates cognitive space. Second, silence increases perception. When you are talking, you are not observing. When you are silent, you notice tone shifts, body language, micro expressions, timing, inconsistencies. Elite negotiators are trained to use silence strategically. They ask a question and then they wait. Why? Because silence creates psychological pressure. The other person begins filling the gap, often revealing more information than intended. Silence is not weakness. It is leverage. Third, silence regulates emotion. Emotional reactions accelerate speech. Anger wants to speak immediately. Fear wants to justify. Ego wants to defend. Silence interrupts impulse. Between stimulus and response, there is a gap. Silence expands that gap. And in that gap, intelligence operates. The ability to remain silent when triggered is not suppression. It is mastery. Research in behavioral psychology consistently shows the longer the pause before reacting, the higher the probability of rational decision-making. Silence slows emotional momentum, and emotional momentum is where mistakes are born. Fourth, silence builds authority. There is a reason experienced leaders speak less. When someone speaks constantly, their words lose weight. When someone speaks selectively, their words gain gravity. Authority is not volume. It is precision. Silence communicates. I do not need to rush. I am not threatened. I am thinking. Calm silence signals stability, and stability signals strength. Fifth, silence strengthens thinking quality. Deep thinking requires uninterrupted cognitive cycles. Every time you interrupt yourself with noise, scrolling, reacting, or speaking prematurely, you reset the thinking process. Complex thinking happens in layers: initial reaction, emotional filtering, pattern recognition, long-term implication, strategic adjustment. Silence allows the full cycle to complete. Without silence, you operate on layer one only, reaction. With silence, you access depth. Now let's make this practical. How do you use silence intelligently? First, practice delayed response. When asked a difficult question, pause for 3 seconds before answering. 3 seconds feels long, but it increases clarity dramatically. Second, do not interrupt silence in conversations. If someone finishes speaking, let the silence sit. Often they will continue and reveal their true concern. Third, create daily intentional quiet time. 10 to 30 minutes without input. No phone, no audio, no conversation. This is not laziness. This is cognitive maintenance. Fourth, in emotional moments, choose silence before explanation. When triggered, say, I need a moment. That moment protects your long-term reputation. Fifth, reduce unnecessary commentary. Not every thought requires expression. Intelligent people filter before speaking. Ask yourself, does this add clarity? Does this add value? Is this necessary? If not, silence is superior. Now, the deeper conclusion. Machines process data faster than humans, but wisdom is not speed. Wisdom is selection. Silence is the space where selection happens. It is where noise separates from signal. In a world addicted to expression, the person who can remain silent has a rare advantage. Because silence is not absence. Silence is controlled thought. Silence is emotional regulation. Silence is observation. Silence is power held in reserve. Intelligence is not how much you say. It is how precisely you choose when to speak. And sometimes the most intelligent response is no response at all.